Hello, everybody. It is I, Jessica Nicole. So we're doing another pregnancy vlog. I am 28 weeks and 2 days as of today. There has been some major changes going on in my life in regards to my pregnancy as well as my dad. My dad recently passed the day after Christmas, Monday, December 26th. He passed at 10:43 a.m. So, today's one of my better days, so I'm not crying right now. I can't promise you I'm not going to cry in this video, but right now I am talking about him and I'm not crying. So that's, it is what it is. I have to say, the day that my dad passed that morning, as you all know, as all my pregnant mamas know, we are constantly having to use the bathroom, okay? Our bladders are not what they used to be. And I had got this urge all of a sudden to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and as I was going to the bathroom, I said out loud, which I didn't even understand why I was saying it, but I said out loud, "Dad, I wonder what time you're going to pass at, and I wonder if that's going to be the same time that what's the baby's name? I wonder if that's going to be the same time that my baby's going to be born." And then I thought to myself, like, that's like a strange thing to say just randomly out of the blue, right, as I'm going to the bathroom. And so after I washed up and everything and walked out of the bathroom, at the moment I walked out of my bathroom and walked down the hallway, my mom called and said, "Your dad just took his final breath." And I realized that at that moment that my dad was taking his final breath, the reason why I randomly asked Dad, "I wonder what time you're going to pass at," was because it was my dad coming to me to let me know that it's time, he's passing, and he wanted to say goodbye. So I find that to be very, like, moving, powerful, just all of the above, right? I've talked about it in, like, other videos, not my pregnancy ones, but other videos on my channel, YouTube channel, how when his mom passed, my grandma, there's no, like, she didn't have cancer. There was no, like, urgency as to her passing, but we knew, she had, I want to say Alzheimer's, dementia. She was suffering from that. She was in a care home. So, but there was no, like, urgency as to thinking, okay, she's gonna pass any day. There's none of that going on. But I remember the night that she passed, it was storming, just like how it was storming when my dad passed, and my kids had went to bed, and my husband went to go get us some wine and some firewood at the store, and I had the house basically to myself. It was silent, and I never had meditated before in my life. This is like way prior to what me doing what I do now. And it's sorry too if the filming looks all weird. It's raining outside, but I had this urge to sit and try to meditate, and as I sat there, I closed my eyes and I asked my grandma, "When are you gonna leave?" Almost like the same question as I had when I had, went to the bathroom and asked my dad, "I wonder what time." And so I'm starting to see now like those simple questions that we come up with and we think it's just like a random thought. Another, like how I always talk about, there's no such thing as coincidences. How our loved ones communicate to us can be so simple that we can almost miss the connection that they are making with us, you know? So I wanted to put that out there for all of you, any of you who have a loved one in spirit. It truly is those moments where we think about them. It is a definite hello from them, you know? Pay attention to those subtle hellos and the timing of it all. So I just wanted to share that with you. I am going to be posting another video on here, not a pregnancy one, but I'll be posting another video on my YouTube channel about signs from the afterlife, because as you all know, as I've been going through this experience with my dad, it has had me questioning a lot of things at first. And sorry, I had to clear my lens, so much rain. But my dad and my loved ones in spirit have been working. And I feel bad I've been making them like work for me, because they shouldn't be. They should be resting on the other side, right? But I think they love talking to me, so I'm sure it wasn't too strenuous on them. But you know, I have been definitely questioning things, and they've been making themselves known around me. So I will be posting sometime soon another video about proof from the afterlife. Now back to my pregnancy. Let's walk and talk, because my dog is getting, as you can see, I want to see, can I flip this around? I can't flip it around, but I'll flip my camera around. I am walking right now, getting some, it's beautiful, right? I have one of my dogs with me. Can you see her? Miss Sage. We are walking in the rain. And why am I walking in the rain? Yes, it is a good idea to get yourself out of the house, doing something active, especially after losing someone dear. And as you go through that grieving state, I have been the last couple days kind of keeping to myself. You know, I'll answer some text messages here or there. I haven't really been answering phone calls. You know, I'll post some things on social media, but I haven't really been too active with other people other than, you know, my immediate family, because I've just, you know, I haven't had the energy, or I just haven't had the energy to talk to anyone. And then also being that I did just lose my dad, and being hyper emotional, right? Very sensitive right now, especially, you know, even more so that I'm pregnant. It's like hearing the condolences makes it that much more real. And where I was just at a couple of days ago, and even still, even today, so it hasn't even been a full week. Even today, you know, I had my 28-week checkup with my doctor. Even my doctor coming in and giving her condolences, like, it made me, you know, choke up, because it just makes it that much more real. But each day as the days go, when I hear the condolences, I'm able to take it in better. Whereas before, you know, to all my friends and family out there, my loved ones who've been reaching out, trying to call me, and I haven't been picking up. It's not you, it's me. It's just I didn't, it was too hard to hear those words, because, like I said, I don't know. It just makes it real, you know? I don't know if it's just me, or if something that everyone goes through. I feel like so many of us go through. I hear from other people this feeling of it just not feeling real. Like you're just going to wake up, right? You're just going to wake up from this dream. And that's what I've been kind of going through lately. Like it just feels so fake. And I keep thinking that any moment I'm going to get a phone call from my dad, but I know that's not going to happen. And when I remind myself that, I cry. So it's just going through all that, through all of this. And, you know, the last 2 weeks of my dad's life was so horrendous the amount of pain he was in. It was hard to be able to experience as his child, to know that my dad is going through so much pain. A lot of things that were going on, it was just really hard. So with this pregnancy, as I am now I'm finally in my 3rd trimester, this is the time where we start to get the Braxton Hicks, right? We start to get the, our boobies start to get prepared for the milk making, right? So our bodies start getting really tense and uncomfortable at times. Sorry, itch. And so like add stress on top of it, add grief on top of it, it can really do a number on our bodies, and especially when it comes to Braxton Hicks. So I have a little Braxton Hicks story to tell y'all. I'd have to say, I want to say it was not last Thursday. So this is like the Thursday before, Christmas. And I woke up and I swear, now this is my 5th baby, okay? I've had 3 pregnancies, because, one was twins. So I had 3 pregnancies. I be knowing the difference between Braxton Hicks and real contractions. But these contractions that I felt, I swear, I was like, oh hell no, I better not be having like real contractions. Is way too early. This cannot be happening. A little background story with all my pregnancies. So 2 of my pregnancies, I had preterm labor. My oldest, she came at 36 weeks. My second born, he was full term. He came at 38 weeks. And then the twins came at 34 weeks, I believe. And with the twins, obviously because they're twins, there's so many times I had to go into the hospital. And they thought I was going to have to deliver the babies. Like, I want to say the earliest was 26 weeks. And they would prep me, get the epidural in, all that stuff, because the contractions were crazy. I was dilated at 3 centimeters by the time I was like 28 weeks. So that was really scary. Even my second born, who came full term, his pregnancy, I started dilating around 30 weeks. And I was walking around my last month and a half at 4 centimeters. So I dilate early into my pregnancy. And so with the contractions that I was feeling last Thursday, I kind of panicked a little bit, but I was keeping my cool, Thank goodness for all these years of learning how to meditate and breathe, right? And how to push the fear out of your mind and not allow our anxiety to take over. I calm myself down normally. Now, I'm not suggesting this, okay? If you have major contraction pains, pregnant mamas out there, call your doctor, hospital, advice nurse, go to the hospital. This is just my story. And mind you, I'm a very stubborn person. As I get older, the more stubborn I get. So this is just what I did. Do not do it. Talk to your doctor. All right. But I was having major contractions to the point where they had me actually kind of like screaming out in pain. Like, it was really bad, and I had to take control over it when I started to see how intense they were getting, and I was getting them every 5 to 7 minutes. The 5 to 7 minutes hardcore contractions were going. They went on for about 30-40 minutes. I kept telling myself, I'm trying to sip on water, I'm trying to breathe, I'm trying to focus on a spot on the wall. And I told myself, okay, if it doesn't go away in like an hour or two, I'll go to the hospital. by the hour mark, it wasn't 5 to 7 minutes. It's probably like now it increased to like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes apart. So I'm like, cool, it's calming down. By the second hour, it started to be way more spread out. Like, it was literally like I would get a really big one, like maybe 30 minutes or something. So then it calmed my nerves, like, cool, it's Braxton Hicks. So I just, I dealt with it. I got through it. Thankfully, it was nothing serious. My doctor today was annoyed with me because she said, Jessica, the next time this happens, go to the hospital immediately. Just because she knows my history. She delivered my twins and my second born. And I said, yes, ma'am. But you know me, I'm saying yes, ma'am, but I probably won't. That's just me, not you. Do what your doctors tell you. But yeah, so, and you're probably wondering, why don't you? Well, why don't I? It's because all them times that I'll go, all you moms who've had kids prior, you guys know, we go to the labor and delivery when we have these contractions, and it's almost like, I remember at some point, a couple times, I would get like some grumpy nurses, and they would be like, you're back again, and I'm just like, I called the advice nurse, they told me to come in. You don't need to come in every time. So that's just my experience. That's why I'm just like, I'm cool. I'll go in when I feel like it's necessary. But not all facilities are like that. Not all nurses are like that. I've also had some really amazing nurses, loving nurses, very friendly nurses. What do I see in these trees over here? Hold on. I gotta make sure I'm not about to be attacked. But yeah, so that's just why I don't, this pregnancy, I'm doing things differently. I'm just gonna trust in my own intuition as to when I need to go in. Hopefully, so far my intuition, since I built that bond with it, it hasn't steered me wrong. So I'm hoping that, me and my higher self, we got this, okay? We on the same page. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, remember how I told you guys that I might tell you my weight gain after my doctor's appointment? Well, I'm not. I got weighed today, and through this whole grieving process for the last couple of weeks and seeing what my dad has been going through, I'm not gonna lie, I started not eating bad. I mean, I am eating bad, but not like crazy. But my total weight gain is 20 pounds, and the total weight gain that my doctor wants me to gain through this pregnancy is no more than 22 pounds. So she was like, girl, and mind you, the reason why 22 pounds can be different for everyone. I came into this pregnancy already overweight, so that's why. My doctor is just like concerned about that today, telling me, girl, you need to walk. And so, and before I move on to the walking, she did check my cervix because of my recent episode. Everything's good. She said that everything's fine. I'm completely closed, all that good stuff. So she said that walking for me will be good, and for me to, calm down on the snacks. So I came straight home from my appointment, and I am out here walking with my dog. And I walked on the treadmill a little bit before I did this because I know I don't want to walk too far from the house since it is raining. And as you can see, my dog Sage, she has a lot of hair and she's super wet, but it's okay. She wanted to get out too. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me in my life. I want to thank everyone who has been reaching out to me and giving me their condolences on my dad and giving me and my family prayers and positive energy and all that good stuff. I thank you guys all. I forever will miss my dad, but he is constantly showing me that he is around. I mean, last night was the first night that I dreamt of him. I said he passed on Monday morning. I kind of was wondering, every night before I go to bed, I'd be like, Dad, am I going to see you tonight? But I think he was busy visiting with all his parents and his siblings and grandparents and nieces and nephews in heaven. So he's been around, but to come into my dreams, he's been busy, and all that paperwork you got to do before you can get settled into heaven, right? All that all that technical stuff, the business side of it all. I think he's been busy, but he came to me in my dreams last night, and he stayed with me all night in my dream. I woke up feeling reassured because he was so happy and comfortable, and and then come to find out today, my mom called me and said that the people at the mortuary just called her and said that today's the day that they're going to be cremating my dad. So, another sign of him letting us know the next stage is happening, and he's happy. So that was beautiful. So yeah. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. To all my pregnant moms out there, you got this. Keep going. I'm proud of you for everything that you are able to get through. Bringing life in this world is not easy. Has its ups and downs. But it's a blessing, a true blessing at what we're able to do as women, what we're able to accomplish, all the things we can get through, the amount of strength we have. This year has been a year for me. Being pregnant and losing a father at the same time. It's been something. The emotions up and down, so I thank you guys for being with me along this journey. It does help me knowing that I have people to talk to and kind of express what I'm going through this. So I thank you guys, and until next week, I send you guys all my love and positive healing energy. All right, see y'all.